everybody, Tekking101 here. Alright, got some good news for you here, maybe, possibly. So, do you guys like Bleach? Is that an actual serious question you're asking? I mean, like, okay, they're fans of your videos, for one, and secondly, even if they're not, even if they just came to this video out of nowhere, they clicked on a video entitled New Bleach Game. So I'm assuming, yes, they are Bleach fans, Matt. Thank you for stating the obvious. Okay, that's a stupid question. Okay, do you guys like video games? Okay, that's a stupid question, too. Okay, now, how's that a stupid question? Well, okay, because even if you ask somebody, okay, do you like books? Okay, even if somebody's not completely literate and reads like freaking Shakespeare every night, they still have read a book in their life. Asking somebody, you know, do you like video games? Even if they don't own like an Xbox or a PlayStation, they still have probably, yeah, at least played Tetris at some point in their life. Everybody at least likes at least one video game, so it's kind of redundant. Whatever, the whole premise was stupid anyway. New Bleach video game coming out. The new Bleach game that's coming out is Bleach Brave Souls, and at first when you saw the title and you maybe saw the ad for it, you're like, oh man, new Bleach game, this is going to be intense, even if it's just in Japan, still got to be pretty cool, right? Maybe it's going to be like a sequel to Soul Resurrection, maybe it's going to, you know, catch up maybe to the current arc of the series, at least maybe the Fullbringer arc, you know, something. And then, just when you're at like the height of expectations, when all these thoughts are entering your head of all the new characters you might be able to play as, and you might be thinking, oh man, this is going to be a surefire thing for 2015, is it going to be on the Xbox One, is it going to be on the PS4? Well, yeah, it's going to be on the PS4, it's freaking Bleach, right? It's Sony, whatever. And then you click on the article, and your heart is immediately crushed into 1,000 pieces, and then immediately snorted by Eisen himself, because it's only for fucking iOS and Android. Of course. Why wouldn't it just be for the smartphones? You know, because there's so very few applications for Bleach. There's no way you can make a console port a game based around Bleach. It's just impossible, right? Okay, well, let's check out what's going on. Alright, so the main article here focuses on the fact, as you can see on the left here, even though you don't read Japanese, you can clearly tell that this game is promoting that it's 3D! Okay, I'm sorry. I just want to let everyone know for a second here, it doesn't matter if it's on the smartphone, console, handheld, PC, if it's the game you played in an arcade, okay, well, you know, arcades are even still a thing anymore. I don't know, maybe they are in Japan, I don't know. 3D stopped being, you know, the thing that you would market your game as, like, back in, like, 2004. People stopped marketing the game with the big taglines like, you know, Grand Theft Auto 2, 3D. Okay, that was maybe impressive back then. I'm sorry, not impressive anymore, even for an iPhone, okay? An iPhone is fully, we've known for years, they're fully capable of 3D, you know, like all movement and everything. That's not a big deal, okay? Not a big deal. Just throwing that out there. So the game states that it will be basically controlling your favorite Bleach characters and recreating the storyline of the series. From what I have seen from the trailer of this game, the trailer I will leave a link to below to watch that, the trailer for the game featured only scenes from the Soul Society arc and nothing more. There was a couple scenes where you see Ichigo fighting Hollows in Karakura Town, it looked like, and then there's some scenes where you see like him fighting Jidombo and the like while in the Soul Society, but nothing were to indicate that this series is going to take place in Hueco Mundo or up to the Fullbringer arc, and certainly not the Final Year Blood War arc. Grimmjow, though, is a playable character, so take that what you will. I have no idea how far the series is going to extend, but I don't see it going much further than the Arrancar arc at absolute latest. So really, it's more of just like a Bleach game that came out in like 2007 or 2008, not something that's current to the series. Also, they state that you can have the abilities and movements of these characters as well as alongside the famous catchphrases that these characters exhibit. Okay, I know I don't want to come off as just picking fun of this article, but the voices that are in a game are like the last thing I really pay attention to. I mean, yeah, it's cool to see, like, the Bleach voice actors once again doing their things. I really hope they get, like, Moriata, like, the VA of Ichigo, to come out and actually record some new lines for this game. I hope they just don't recycle stuff that was in other games or in, like, just, you know, from the anime directly. I hope they call the cast in to actually record, you know, maybe, like, 2 or 3 lines for their characters for this game. But, once again, this is something that I don't really focus on. When you're making a game, even if it's something for the smartphone, focus on the, you know, the actual layout of the game, the design of the characters, you know how is it appealing to look at, and focus on the plot. The voices and stuff like that, and the sound effects, that's the stuff I would focus on in, like, the post-production. You know, like, it would be really cool to have Ukiura, you know, like, Toza se mueselago, but it's not the thing that's gonna be, like, blowing my mind when I'm playing the game. Like, whoa! He said it! He said Tetsu Zagetsu! Whoa! But, you know, the thing that really bugs me about this game is not the fact that it's on a smartphone. I don't mind. It's not a big deal. Bleach anime has been off the air since 2012. It doesn't surprise me that they're not going to go all out with this, you know, have a whole new, like, PS4 title with Bleach. But the thing that they could have done, Clab, the company that made this game, Clab Games, they could have done, and it's so simple. Make a smartphone game that heavily features the final arc of Bleach. That's all you had to do. Because if you did that, if you just did these little tiny chibi characters, you know, it could just be a simple, like, tap and the enemy falls down sort of game. But if you did this well, if you had, like, the wrecked Vandente as a setting, where Ichigo's going around fighting the Soldat, you know, as, like, little fodder creatures, instead of using Hollows, which have been used as fodder creatures for every other Bleach game, I think, in history, why don't you just use the Soldat? And then you use the Stern Raiders as, like, boss battles. You know, like, you don't even have to feature all of them, because, admittedly, there's a lot that we don't know their powers by, but, you know, use Asnot, use Basby, use fucking Giselle, use these characters. You know, feature the characters that at least, you know, that appeared in the final arc and that are like a big deal. Alright, and maybe you might be saying, like, well, the game was in development before these revelations were made. I'm like, okay, but you still could have featured something referencing the final arc, because here's what's going to happen. Even if it's a shitty smartphone game, if it features the final arc, people are going to play it, because people want to see these characters, you know, animated and doing stuff, something beyond just the manga, and then that's going to get people interested in Bleach again, and hey, that might kickstart the movement to get the Bleach anime back on the air. I mean, it's a long shot, but it would be more, it would make more sense than just rehashing basically Heat the Soul 3, you know, where we're still stuck in the f***ing Soul Society arc and all these characters. I mean, yeah, we can play as, you know, Grimjow and stuff, and I think there's other characters like Sajin was there, Byakuya, Uketake, which, okay, they threw Itake in the trailer there. He's kind of hidden in the trailer, but he's definitely there as a playable character. You know, the game's also going to feature kind of like a leveling system, apparently, like some RPG elements. But, you know, I'm not going to imagine it's going to be anything in depth beyond just, you know, like tapping the screen and, like, you know, slashing 15, 20, 36 hit combo, you know, that kind of stuff. Enemy falls down. You gained a level. You feel awesome, whatever. But yeah, I think it's a lost opportunity. They could have adapted something with the final arc into this, and that would have really just made people kickstart their interest in Bleach again. That's a lost opportunity, really, I feel. One more thing about the game that's interesting, if you pre-order the game on January 19th, which is tomorrow, or I guess it already is today in Japan, you will unlock Hitsugaya Toshiro as a playable character. So I'm assuming, like, this is a thing where you have to unlock certain characters as you go along, so that's pretty cool. But along with Toshiro, if you pre-order tomorrow, you also get the option to unlock his Zanpakuto Hyorimaru by completing a Bleach quiz. And if you complete the Bleach quiz and if you get all the correct answers, you unlock Hyorimaru. So I guess they're going to do a feature where it's like you have to go throughout the game and, like, discover your Zanpakuto, which, okay, that's a pretty cool concept. Like, Ichigo doesn't immediately start off with Shikai and Bankai. You have to learn that through certain, like, level ups and certain things. Like, you learn certain skills. Like, maybe if you're playing as Byakuya, like, level 1, you have, like, just Senbon, like, his sealed Zanpakuto, and maybe, like, a Byakurai or something. But, you know, level 2, you get, you know, Sokatsui. Level 3, you get Shikai. You know, shit like that, maybe. That's a pretty cool concept. But, you know, just the idea that you have to complete a Bleach quiz in order to unlock Hyorimaru, you can't imagine that quiz is going to be very difficult. It's probably just going to be some shit like, you know, who's the lieutenant or vice captain of the 10th Division? Oh, jeez, that's hard. Was it No? No, it was Matsumoto? Ding, 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 you unlock Hyorimaru. Yay, congratulations. Good on you. You know basic Bleach knowledge. Hey, I have a better idea for you, Clab. You should use my Tekking101 Ultimate Bleach Quiz. If that was the case, Hyorimaru would be the most rare fucking phenomenon of unlockable content in the history of video games. Because ain't nobody getting that shit right on their first time through. The game, yeah, is of course available for iOS and Android download. There is no talks right now to have an English or other, you know, language pack going on, so of course it's all going to be in Japanese. But once again, it's just it's an iOS Android smartphone game. I mean, it's not going to be that intuitive. So you can, just by looking at the screen here, if you know anything about basic gaming on a smartphone, you could probably figure out, you know, which button does what, how you move, how you attack, how you level up, all that sort of stuff. So, you know, I would consider if you know you got some money to spare. I don't exactly know how much this is to purchase. It said pre-order to get Hitsugaya, so obviously there's some price going on here. But hey, you know, if you have a, you know, if you just need a Bleach game, if you're just dying for a Bleach game ever since Soul Resurrection, if you just need the Bleach game fix, this is, I guess, something that might hold you over a little bit until maybe the anime comes back in, like, 2017, and then maybe another game comes out in 2019. Until then, happy gaming, people. Tekking, signing out.